Everybody is born with a little something extra, and sometimes they just have to find it. A little something extra is that superpower that every single one of us has inside that motivates us and drives our passion and makes us do the things that we do.
We're all on the same team. Let's think about how we can make that team as inclusive as we can.
For those of you listening to our podcast right now, you can also check out our video podcast at alittlesomethingextrapodcast.org.
Right here at A Little Something Extra with Nessie Gianni and the Falco, and mostly of all, the Gigi. And we were so happy to hear with Connor, Ben, and I forgot what her name is.
Her name is Lise.
Elise.
That's his mom.
And Lise, yes, we are joined by some amazing people from the show Love on the Spectrum. So we are joined by Connor Tomlinson and his mom, Lise, and his brother Ben. And Connor was really a standout star from season 2 of Love on the Spectrum. So we're really, really excited to talk with them today. So yeah, without further ado, we got the whole family here. How's it going, guys?
How you guys doing?
Great.
We're doing great. Woo! We're doing fantastic and a little starstruck. We love you guys. We think you are awesome. So proud of you and the way you're representing, brother. And we've got an extra guest. Who do we have with us again now here?
Coco.
Oh,
Coco's
Coco.
She was a pretty notable figure on the
She was a pretty
show.
big character.
She was a big character on the show, for sure. I love just like the way, and that's why we just love everything about the show, and the way it just kind of goes to the dogs. Like you just kind of watch the dogs. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's
And
ever
the
directed?
director really, really loved her for some reason. So
Yeah.
Well, he was able to see it through Connor. Connor clearly loves Coco too. And all the pups.
Yes.
So Connor, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, man?
Well, let's see. I was born on the 17th of March. I enjoy collecting swords. I love reading. I do enjoy singing and music, but I don't actually perform anywhere. I work as a courtesy clerk at Kroger, where I bag groceries, sweep floors, and bring in shopping carts.
yeah, he loves his job.
Loves his job? That's awesome.
How long have you been working there for?
4 years.
Oh, wow.
Nice. That's awesome. It seems like it's going well too. And then so I know you said you're born, actually your birthday's probably coming up in a couple of weeks. So what, are you going to be 25 then?
24. Oh, no, 25. 25.
He's going to be 25, yeah. Because you're the oldest.
Connor's the oldest. Then there's twins, Anna, who was on the show, and Ben's her twin brother. And then there's youngest Jack, 19, he's on the show.
Okay, now I got the lay of the land.
And Ben, I'm liking the hat too.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey, you want to zoom in? We got some merch dropping on Friday.
We got this coming in March
Not big
8th.
on nature. Seriously?
And there's an X there if you're not into nature.
And a big no.
Priceless.
That was the best.
Xing it off right there.
Yeah.
Not big on the
Not
nature.
big on nature. Not gonna happen.
Gigi, we hope you like nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
You like nature, Gigi? That was awesome. I love when the producer came in and was like, "Are you crossing this off right in front of them?" And he's like, "Yes, I am." I have to say, who picked the location for that date outside of for the location?
The first date that you had with Sasha.
Who picked that location?
I don't think I picked it.
Yeah.
No, the producers, they selected it because I think they knew Connor had a big thing for movies.
Totally.
And so that was, if you want to tell them where you were.
I was at the Swan House. It was the filming site for the Hunger Games Catching Fire.
It was
Yes,
a
you
cool
connected.
spot, but I have to say, it would have been awkward for any date. Like, just kind of walk up and talk in the grass for a minute.
I know. I think they were supposed to have a lawn game, to be honest, a little behind the scenes. They were supposed to be playing croquet. And they actually had a croquet set in the car. But I don't know if when they got there, the property wouldn't let them set it up.
Got it. That makes
That
a
makes
little
sense.
more sense because it was kind of like,
So there was, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that's like for your first date too, and like going out there, you want to make sure it's like goes as well as
I
possible.
know.
But yeah, I still think you did a fantastic job with all of it, though. You should definitely be very proud of yourself, man.
I mean, because it was your first experience, and then you had cameras in your face.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm hoping that, like, after all the dating and everything, it didn't end up, where you're feeling overwhelmed or anything like that. So, Lise, I wanted to talk with you a little bit too, because I thought that, Connor, I think that you were such a stud on the show, man. I think that you just really stood out and were just so authentic in yourself, and I just loved everything about you in the show, and I thought you were super cool. But Lise, I think you really stood out too in just the way that you were just such a phenomenal support system through the entire process.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm his biggest fan, and
totally.
No, I mean, your family, so you understand you feel your family, right? So you can, and obviously, and I think as mothers, right, we can speak to this, that if any of our children are just never, if they're not in the right space or they're uncomfortable, even as babies, when they cry, we jump. So it doesn't change. It just evolves into feeling in different ways. So the blessing, I feel like we are a really tight family, and I feel very blessed. We have the relationship, and the one scene that was hard for me to watch was the panic attack. I'd actually never seen him do that. When I heard his voice on the phone, I was ready to run to where he was, but I was about an hour away. So just hearing that in his voice, I just knew I had to stop and be present for him and say what I thought he needed to hear in the moment.
Yeah, that is tough. But Franco was like, Mom, you have to meet this mom. You have to see this family. Like, they are so us. So we've got 4 too. I've got Franco's the oldest, and then we've got 3 girls, and Gigi's the baby at 21.
I wish I'd be older.
She wishes she could be older, but at least she's 21 now, because she's been trying to get a fake ID for 3 years, and now she's 21.
Now you're real.
Yeah.
So I can drink.
Yep, she's legal now. Oh, there's the other dog. Look, Gigi.
The shepherd's here. The house of chaos.
Oh, girl, I'm telling you, that's why Franco totally relates, because my house is a house of chaos. And especially when they're all home, which is always my favorite part, obviously, as a parent, when they're all there. But just the appreciation for Gigi and the appreciation for Connor. And like the hat, there's so many Gigi-isms as there is Connor-isms that throughout our whole lives. I mean, we literally at each other. It's not just Gigi, and been laughing at ourselves. So it was just so great to see another family who just appreciates everything about the life that we have and the family that we have. So he was really, really, he's like, Mom, we have to have them on.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate you having us. I would love for Connor, I would love for you to, how do you describe, because I just think it's cool to hear his lens. What do you think about autism and being autistic?
I was diagnosed with autism at a young age, and I've come to see it as the next step in human evolution.
All right. Yeah.
I agree with you, brother.
I think, I love what you said in your original quote, in the fact that autism means you have a more vivid imagination. And I think it's absolutely true. You do have quite the imagination, especially when it comes to your interests, and just, I think, even also in the way that you kind of present yourself as well. You're just a very interesting person.
And mature. Very mature and very deep. I see that. I'm curious about your sword collection. I'm very intrigued about your sword collection. How did that start?
Well, it started on my 18th birthday when I received the sword Anduril from Lord of the Rings.
Right. How many do you have in the collection now?
I've lost count, really.
I mean, there's some on the wall.
Shaking his head in the back.
Yeah, he has a reserve in the closet.
You got you walk in, you're in the armory. It's just everything everywhere, and then it's like, oh, this is a lot, wow. And then you open his closet door, and it's just
There's more and more.
It gets there, It's like there's way more.
Hey, if anything hits the fan, I know where I'm going.
That's right.
And down to Atlanta. We got you to look out for us. That's awesome. No, but I think it's super cool, and that you have a lot of interest too. So, can you talk a little bit on the interest that you have? I know you expressed them a lot in the show, and making sure that with the girls you were going on dates on, you wanted to share interests as well. Can you talk about some of those?
I enjoy movies, watching TV, reading, that sort of thing. And I do enjoy going on walks and listening to music.
Nice. Do you hang out with your siblings a lot?
Not really.
I think we're all very busy, but on certain occasions when the family gets together, it's always good fun.
Oh, you can see that.
We all have a pretty good relationship.
We, we've had recently we had a big family game night with somebody's birthday, and we all had a good time with the little paper strips. We did the charades game. That was fun.
Yes.
So we do that. Connor really treasures you like to have your spotted alone time.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. I get that.
I feel that for sure. Because I work with them. So, whenever I get the opportunity to get away from them, I'm like, I'm out of here. So
Franco lives downtown. We're in Chicago. We're in Illinois. And Franco, we're in the northwest suburbs. But Franco lives in Wrigleyville, where he has lots of fun. And Gigi loves to go downtown and party with Franco. So that happens a lot.
Happen.
Yes,
Yes.
Especially now that she's turned 21 and she is legal. So
Don't need the fake ID. Yeah,
no
we
more
can
fake
be,
IDs anymore. Yes.
Yeah.
No need for any of that. So when it comes to your guys' whole family group, I know you guys got 4 of you guys. So is everyone living around each other? Are you guys at college, or what's the whole deal with everyone?
You want me to answer?
Ben?
So as of right now, everyone is at home.
Oh, nice.
I go to college, but I commute.
Okay.
Nice.
Anna has graduated, so my twin graduated last year.
Awesome.
Jack also goes to the local college here. And right now we're all just living at home and mooching off our mother.
I could respect that, man. That's for sure.
Yes, and yeah, I'm broke. But we have a blended family, so there's 2 older step siblings as well. But they actually have launched. Summer is the oldest of the whole clan, and she lives in Atlanta. She's working, and Hunter lives across town, and he's working. Both very successful engineers, so it's good. So together, when we're all together, there's 8 of us.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a big crew.
It's
Yeah. Were you guys
You
all
can
at the
see
same
why.
high school?
Yes, we were. So he was always 1 year ahead of my sister and I.
Yeah.
So we were able to sometimes Connor and I would actually have similar classes. So it was actually great.
That's very cool.
So there's always someone to talk to, someone to be like, oh, I know you. Okay. See you at home. Bye later.
Yeah.
But, and obviously I got to look off his homework too sometimes. So that's a big upside. So all but 1 year we were in the same school.
That's very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of mad that I never got the opportunity to be in there with Gigi.
Yeah, you
But-
missed it by 1 year. And Bella.
That's good fun. It's good fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about? Do you want to tell them about your British heritage and your dad?
Well, my dad is from England, and so I'm half English, and I'm very proud of it as well.
Yeah, you should be.
2 years ago, I went to England for Christmas.
Oh, very cool. When you were talking, I detect an accent sometimes when you speak. And I asked Franco, I'm like, does he have an
Is he
accent?
British?
Is he
I'm
from
I don't
here?
think he's British, but I think that there's
But I
some
do
heritage there.
Yes, I do hear it. You're very sophisticated when you speak, and I like it.
And I think that's why, as much as the first date was, as much as the first date was about the movie interest, the second date, we're a real family over here. Can you tell?
That
I'm
is
just,
us.
I'm just sitting back laughing because it's exactly how
That is all
Gigi
the
is.
time.
Just everyone is in our family.
And especially the
Just
ones
constantly
that,
messing with each other.
Bella and Gigi are less than 2 years apart.
So it's the same
It's
type of dynamic.
ridiculous when those two are together. Oh, look at her. She already gets the sassy look on her face. There's always that going on. Totally get it.
So we're real. That's the one thing I think that when you watch the show that comes across is that we are real. When Connor got kind of annoyed with me and said, "Must I write you a poem?" Do you remember? You were mad at me that day when we were filming, and I remember thinking, "These cameras are in my kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not happy.
Yeah.
He's kind of must I write you a poem?" and storming off, and I'm like, America's just going to think I'm the biggest nudge in the world.
Right? How is that
I'm like-
having the cameras in the house? How do you? That's got to be a lot.
Well, real talk. You think you get psycho crazy when you're having company over to clean your house.
Right.
Imagine you got
cameras.
Netflix coming over to film in your house.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I was like, we will never sit on this furniture. We don't really live here.
No eating in the kitchen.
That is not what I want my life to be forever.
It's not going to be. It was a moment in time,
Yes.
and we all
Yeah.
survived it, but we did have to clean. But I think the authenticity here, you see it. We're kind of squabbling, getting on each other's nerves.
Yeah.
It's dinner time, but it was real. And like I said, we knew no other way to be.
Absolutely.
And I know where I was going with this, but it was just fun getting to be our authentic selves. And when Connor is on and funny and he's in his right headspace, gosh, we get so many one-liners from him. We all just kind of spear them at each other.
Yep. And
You had
Connor,
a lot of really good ones.
yeah. Connor, I have to say, I know it's a lot, but brother, let me tell you, you're teaching the world and showing the world a whole new side of autism. So I just want to thank you for that. I know it takes a lot. I know it's extremely invasive, very invasive into your house and into your life. But I just want to thank you for it, man, because you're really changing the way people see autism. You're really helping younger kids be accepted at school. You're helping open up jobs for people because they get to see what autism is about. So I just really, I wanted to meet you so I could thank you, because I know this is a lot, but you're representing, and you're representing in a very strong and powerful way. So thank you for that.
What do you say?
You're welcome.
And thank you for saying that, because, let's be honest here. You had about 2 or 3 times during filming, kind of like that, where you felt a little pressure, and we got a little dysregulated. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And in that moment, we discussed the bigger picture, which is what Gigi's mom saw.
Yeah. People need to see that. It's good for people to understand what people go through. I think you're brave, man. I think your whole family is very brave, and you're just bringing a whole new look to autism. You're normalizing autism, and you're really making people understand how you feel and when you need to step back, and understanding that some people just need a little space. You need a little time. So I applaud your entire family and you, brother, because you're really making people see this in a different light, and that just nothing makes me happier. Here at Gigi's Playhouse, we have Down Syndrome Achievement Centers. Gigi has Down syndrome, and that's what we do. So we provide free programming, free education, free therapeutic and educational programs for individuals with Down syndrome, their family, and the community. But our bigger picture is our global message of acceptance for all. For people with Down syndrome, for people with autism, for people with anything, whatever ability they have, our biggest picture is global acceptance, and it's called Generation G. Generation G is a conscious decision to be better every day. Be generous, be kind, be accepting. That's it, and that's you, brother. So I am proud of you. You're representing for all of us. You're representing my organization. You're representing Down syndrome and anybody with a disability. So we're honored to meet you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
That's very kind and
Very beautifully put.
That was. Thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
blown
you.
away. But the other thing is, like you said, bigger picture. And what's interesting is, Connor growing up, we always remember having big birthday parties.
Yeah.
And then we always do these big grandiose events. And then we never got invitations to anybody else's.
Right.
And we had all these kids come, take their goodie bags. We also, through high school, I know, because my twins were there, he ate lunch alone a lot. And I know there was that. What's interesting to me now, and it's come full circle point, and I know we help look at some of the messages. Some of the very kids that sat in high school with him are now messaging him.
Yes.
Hey, remember me? I was in your blah, blah, blah class. And, that's great.
Yes.
But there's a part of the mom that's like,
Yes. Where
do you
were
remember
then?
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was sitting there the whole time.
Yes.
So I think for us, and I think if I can speak to say, like, part of the mission here was to build tolerance, acceptance,
100%.
inclusion. And I'm not talking about inclusion in an academic class. How would you invite somebody who doesn't think or act like you to a birthday party?
Yes, exactly.
How many times would you have enjoyed that?
We would have enjoyed it a couple of
Yes.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and it's a lot for the siblings. I remember my kids were like, Mom, please don't send her there. All those kids sit over there. Nobody talks. They're in a different room. You know, it's a lot for them to see that lack of acceptance, and that's why Generation G has been so important for us. And I think that, you know, what we're doing in the Down syndrome world, I'm watching you guys do in the autism world, and I'm so grateful. And it's really showing that normalcy, showing that they're like anybody else. They want to go to that party too. They want to be a part of it, and they can share in this amazing life if you let them. But you have to let them in, and we have to make sure that people let them in.
Not only sharing it, but maybe up the bar and give you this gorgeous lens.
Yes.
Like the biggest thing for Connor in our family, I thank God every single day. Number one, he's the most mature one under this roof.
Yes.
So there's that. Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed. Yeah.
I'm ready to give him the keys and the checkbook are going right over here. He's the most mature. So there's that. So put that, I mean, we actually have a YouTube channel called Car Rides with Connor.
Yeah.
And I get a little road ragey. And the other day I gave somebody a gesture.
Yes.
That maybe wouldn't have been the most polite. And he was the one there asking me if that was necessary.
Yes,
so
exactly,
you know.
girl. Yep. Look at me. I wear an extra chromosome. So Gigi has, you know, Down syndrome is an extra chromosome. I wear it on my neck so I remember to be like her. I truly do.
A lot of times.
I have my extra chromosome that I wear with me everywhere I go. And when I'm flipping somebody up or I'm screaming at I'm going, oh, okay, got my chromosome on. Got to be a little better than that. We all know we can do it.
The Connor just raises the bar, but the one thing that he's done from a very young age is he puts a lens, it lets us see the world in a place that we didn't even know, you know. I'll give a quick example. He was little, and you probably will remember this. It was bedtime story. And I was he was in a little twin bed. He was a little boy. It was night, and I was getting ready to move and get in the bed to read to him. And I said, hey, can you make some space for me? You know, and he looked right at me in his little Jimmy Jams, and he said, only if you make earth for me.
Oh, wow.
And I like it sounds so weird, but it made so much sense. And
Yes.
I was like, I'm asking you to make space. I'll make earth. Okay. I thought, what a cool. And I didn't know at the time he was autistic. He was like 3.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. And I just thought, I have a genius. Like,
Yes, totally. Well, you do actually. Yeah.
yeah. So it's the wonderful lens that Connor gives our family.
Yes.
That's a bigger gift. And I feel blessed that the world's getting it.
100%.
Yeah. Well, I think to touch back and kind of what you were saying too, and what your guys' mission was with you being on the show and stuff, Connor, and then all these people now reaching out to you, even people from your past, is it's hard, I think, for people to kind of like just put themselves in the perspective of like where you might be coming from, Connor, where your family's coming from. And I think the show was able to do that, where it just puts a different lens on things and you can actually see people for who they are. And I think that that's really kind of like the issue that we've been having just as a society, whether it's, you know, with people with Down syndrome, autism, just differences in general, is people don't necessarily know how to interact. And I think that a show like Love on the Spectrum just says, it puts it into perspective for people and allows people to be like, you know what, maybe like these are, we're not different. We're not that different after all. I mean, everyone's different in their own way, but then it's just, you know, embracing people for that and then actually wanting to become friends. So I'm happy to hear that there are all these people reaching out to you and wanting to do and, you know, interact and do all these things and include you in. It's just, you know, shows like Love on the Spectrum, I'm hoping changing it for other kids that are now making it like, all right, well, now I want to have this person at my birthday, or I want to, you know, go out for lunch with this person and do things like that. So I think that what you did is really a noble cause in helping people for the future.
A noble cause. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Especially
That's noble.
a
It
noble,
is.
We
very
love
noble.
nights and all that stuff. So nobility is big.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I feel
and
like
that
you're big
doesn't
on it.
mean, you know, that doesn't mean that you personally have to go change your life and be now this outgoing and go and hang out there.
Still
Your
be
life
you,
can
man.
stay the same. You can just show people. You've already opened their eyes. So you've done your job. And you did it well, brother. You did
The one
it
thing
well.
too I'm proud about with Connor is even now, like, you know, with all the commitments that are kind of coming and the offers and the opportunities, is Connor saying, okay, I'm overwhelmed. His ability to advocate for himself has increased throughout this.
Yeah.
And to say, I
That's
need, so we got a calendar and we put in black Sharpie, these are days that are nobody bothers Connor day.
Yep.
Right?
Love it.
Yes.
And what did you think about that? What do you did? Because you asked for that, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to block off time for yourself. It's huge.
Yep.
And I mean, and like you said too, I mean, in the show, you were talking about the fact that you didn't want this crazy life of all this like things coming up and all these, people taking all your pictures and trying to and all this like paparazzi and publicity. And I mean, that doesn't have to be the case. You could still just live your own life, man. And I think that you're the fact that you're doing that's fantastic.
Gigi,
you.
Yeah, and Gigi's getting a little impatient because we haven't shut our mouths once, just because we were excited to talk to you guys. She just had a couple questions for you real quick before we wrap up, if you're cool with that, Connor.
Gigi and Connor, let's let them talk.
Let it rock. Go, babe.
What do you want people to know about you?
What do you want people to know about you?
Well, I want them to know that I can be funny, I'm talented, and
So humble.
yes.
You're funny, you're talented, and what else?
And very humble, like Ben says.
Yeah, that's a good one for
right.
sure.
What else, Gigi?
What's your favorite movie?
How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, I like that movie.
Is that a good one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, who wouldn't like it?
Right.
Vikings, dragon, it's none of that. That would make a dull moment.
Never, couldn't possibly.
What's your favorite moment filming Love on the Spectrum?
What was your favorite moment from filming?
Well, I think it was the dog walk.
The dog walk? Yeah.
We kind of had a naughty dog, didn't we, Gigi?
It was.
Yeah. We had.
I mean, you could not have scripted that better. It was so good.
But
No, that's life.
It was romantic. That's for sure. For you guys and for the dogs.
Connor, oh, sorry. Tell Gigi, Chewy doesn't act like that.
No, he usually isn't like that. Not at all.
Hey,
well,
it's
maybe
just
it was
like
the
it was
camera
in the
made him
moment.
do crazy things.
I was a dog whisperer too.
You're a dog whisperer?
You were the dog whisperer?
Yeah.
Really?
You guys can whisper to dogs together.
Okay. Well, she's a dog whisperer. You never know what we're going to get. Okay, go ahead.
If you had one message to the world, what would it be?
Don't let anybody tell you what you can or can't be.
All right. That's a drop the mic moment. And now I would like to ask, I would like to find out from Lise, what if you had one message to the world, what would it be?
I think my one message to the world, with regards to this, is just, and I could stand to listen to this message to myself once in a while. I think it's that old adage, don't judge a book by its cover. I genuinely think we all need to slow down and maybe double click on somebody and see what's behind the next tab, or just see what's there.
Yeah. It's absolutely true, because I think there's a lot more to people than that meets the eye.
Yep. All right, Ben. Back to you, brother. Yep.
Oh,
What's your
you're
message
answering
to the
too.
world?
You're here.
So I'd have to say, don't let people tell you what you can and cannot do.
Yep.
Because I'm sure Connor trying to figure out when he was younger, like how to navigate social situations, academics, and what he wants to do with his life. And I'm sure there was a whole bunch of people along the way telling him what was possible for him, what he's supposed to do, and this and that. But as he has shown us in like the last couple months, he's blown us all away. He's shown us something that is just incomparable to anything else. And it probably destroyed any expectation that anyone ever had of him.
Wow.
So
Absolutely.
I think that would be it.
I love it.
That's a good sibling perspective.
Did
Right
you hear
there. I
that
can
from your
respect
brother,
that.
man? You gotta love that. When your brother's proud of you like that, that's something huge. That's really awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Making us all look good over here. So
From sibling to sibling, question for you, Ben, is just how have you been just like navigating life with Connor and your approach as a sibling?
So Connor and I have I would like to say until obviously like school picked up and stuff, we were always very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of similar interests. People like to tout that he's very knowledgeable in all this movie trivia. I'd like to say I probably am a little bit smarter than him. But other than that, always the same interests. Always, if I actually want to know the answer to some kind of question, I'm like, Connor, what's this and that? And then he'll just go on and tell me.
Belt it out.
So just closeness, definitely. And just we have similar interests, definitely. I see. I don't have the money for swords like that, but if I did, I'd probably have that many. So,
There you go. You guys can have matching collections.
We're running out of room here. We're running out of room.
yeah,
Right.
just
You can have some of mine if you'd like.
Oh,
there we
That's
go.
true.
He's got to clear. He's got to clear up some closet space. So yeah,
Close enough to where he'll give me the swords. Exactly. So,
See?
that's awesome.
Um,
That's great.
It's a good brother.
just we're just how similar we actually are has been awesome throughout everything, and I don't see a disability there ever whenever I think about Connor either. So
I
it's
love
just
that.
it's never
Wow.
He's your
it's
brother.
never exactly it's Connor. It's Connor. It's like Connor doesn't have autism. Connor's just Connor.
Yep.
It's like so
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's
I'd have to
so
say
cool.
that it's
Yeah.
we're just close, and I don't see his limits in anything.
That's
I don't
awesome.
think there's too many.
I love that.
That's
Wow,
awesome.
Connor. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And then Connor, I wanted to bring it
Gigi
back.
has a question for Ben. Sorry.
Oh, you had a question for Ben?
Oh, okay. Go on, Gigi.
Hey Ben, what's your favorite thing? What's your favorite to do with Connor?
What's your
Favorite
favorite
thing
thing
to
to do
do?
with Connor?
Connor. Oh, easily. I'll just walk in, like I'll be coming home from school or work, and then he'll just be sitting in one of the rooms of the house watching a movie, and then I'm like, oh, I love this one, and then it's like, oh, Connor, this and that, and I'll just sit there and ask him questions. He'll tell me all about it. So I think just walking in, unexpected moment, just watching a movie that we both really like, whether it be like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, just something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just.
Catching
And then
you up
getting
to
a whole history lesson on the background of the characters or why the sword is named that.
speed. Love it.
That's
Oh yeah, I mean, I swear, there's times you walk in and he'll be like, we were playing a movie trivia game, and do you know, Gigi, you know the movie Lady and the Tramp?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
course.
Disney, you know where they eat the spaghetti
Yeah.
and that scene. So there was one night we were playing movie trivia and they showed the scene, and the question was, what's the name of the waiters?
Oh.
Nobody knows this. Nobody.
Well, though not nobody.
What's their
Somebody
name?
knows it.
Tony and Joe.
Who knew?
Love that.
Tell us.
Because he pays
Yeah.
attention.
It does. Tony's the owner of the restaurant, and Joe's was the other guy.
I'm like,
I might need to redact my statement about being better than him.
No, that one shows. He knows too much. Yeah, dude, you're
That's
a sponge.
awesome.
So cool.
Tony and Joe.
Tony and Joe.
No.
We're not gonna forget it now.
Who knew?
That's
That's
for
right.
sure.
We'll never forget that one.
And then Connor, I did have a question for you. I have a couple, but they're specifically for you. So after the whole experience, love on the spectrum, dating for the first time, what were your overall thoughts? Is it something you want to continue doing more of, or are you gonna take a little break for a while?
Dating, personally, I think I'll take a break from it.
I get it for sure.
All right.
Yeah, it was a little exhausting.
It's more for me. It's more work than it's worth.
That's okay. Hey, well, the important thing is you just go out there and try it too. I mean, you
Yeah,
just
you tried it.
see
And
what
you know
it's
what?
like, and then you
The
just
other
try
thing is
something
you don't let it happen naturally, right? That you
Yeah.
happen
Yeah.
to meet somebody at work or some other way instead of like set up,
Mm-hmm.
everybody watching. It will happen just naturally like that when you least expect it. Right?
Yeah.
That's how it happened with Gigi, right?
I'm dating someone too.
Yes.
So
you are.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
boyfriend has autism.
Oh, cool. Gigi's got a boyfriend. Cool. What's his
Really?
name?
his name is Lucas.
Oh, you lucky duck.
I do think Connor would be interested in dating. I think what he did learn is that it's a lot of, you got to pay attention on your phone. and
Yeah.
Text.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Are you not a big texter or anything like that?
I'd rather prefer calls.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, you're
old-fashioned.
an old-fashioned kind of guy.
Old-fashioned that way.
That's how Lucas was too when these
Yeah.
guys started, and it really challenged Gigi too because she wasn't a really big talker, and he's a talker,
Yes.
and there was a lot of FaceTiming, and it really it actually forced her into being much more, communicating a lot more than she ever had to before. So they really, I think they both grew in different ways. So he grew in ways. I think that what he had to grow, probably Connor, he has autism, and I think that a lot of times, sometimes he gets intolerant or doesn't like certain things.
Dysregulated pretty quick, like easily.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's very good at helping him through that, which was something that he never thought. You know what I mean? It's just been a very weird dynamic. We never realized how much they were going to help each other. And that, you know, within their different diagnoses. It's really crazy and really a beautiful actual love story that's happening. Right?
I help him to mind take his pill too.
And to take his meds, you know, whatever he needs.
Keep him
everything.
in the moment, that's for sure.
It's a lot. And, you know, he drives, so as soon as they
He opened my door.
he opens her door. He likes to be a gentleman, which
I'm
is
his princess.
yes. Yes, princess. But again, just being, she's in that ever-present place where a lot of times he's not, he's thinking about this, or that, and she'll take him down to be in that moment. So it's really cool what I feel like they can do for each other. But again, it was just another unexpected, she wasn't looking, he wasn't looking, it just happened. So I think that's probably what it's going to be.
It could happen. Yeah.
Totally. Totally.
Cool.
So now I think about me. So
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys took all my time where I wanted to
I
just
know,
ask
but
these
Connor,
questions.
I can
to
tell
Connor.
he's getting like, he's like Gigi. Gigi will be like, he's probably, it's dinner time. He's probably thinking about the time because that's what Gigi does. Like, she's looking at us like, you know what time it is.
Well, then I'll skip the other question I had, but I think Connor could at least appreciate this one. So if you had to pick one of the 3 series, what would you pick? Are you going Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, or Harry Potter? If you're picking one.
Oh, that is a tough one. It has to come down to Lord.
Let him pick.
It's a moment of thought. There's a lot that goes into it because they're different in their own ways.
it's a hard one.
It is a hard one.
Lord of the Rings.
You're going Lord of the Rings? Is there a reason why?
I think Ben agrees with that one.
Why? Well, I like Game of Thrones, yes. I mean, it's mostly based off of medieval Europe at times, but
Yeah.
I like fantasies that are both inspired by medieval Europe and mythology.
Yes, and that definitely takes a good mix of both with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Tolkien did a good job with that. That's very true.
Yeah.
All right. I like, and then the movies or the books?
I think the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. You can actually put you could put more of a visual to it. That's what you're looking for.
I like movies too.
It's also just easier. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Lay back on the couch. Yeah.
That's for
Chill
sure.
and watch a couple movies. All right, really quick, Connor, Gigi, you got some. So Gigi a lot of times likes to do tips when she learns about a guest that's coming on. She has these tips, right, Gigi? So you want to go over your tips?
Do they tips?
I did say tips.
Tips.
Woo! She's gonna sing it to you, brother.
Sorry.
Don't suppose
I
you
love
say,
that.
don't suppose you do a cappella by any chance.
Yeah,
Gigi?
she's.
I've been
Yep.
I've been singing a lot, and I was in a play before.
Yes.
Yeah, so
So
she does like
Twice.
singing a cappella.
Twice.
Yes.
Sorry, twice.
yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Well,
Okay,
you
let's
say
do
it as
this.
much.
Here are my tips on
Well
being
done.
yourself.
Did you hear that? He said, "Well done."
Oh, thank you.
Okay, do it again. Here are tips on what?
Here are my tips on being yourself.
Being yourself.
Okay.
Ignore the haters.
Ooh, ignore the haters.
Follow your
Seriously.
interests.
Follow your interests.
Celebrate your strengths.
Celebrate your strengths. Yeah.
Express yourself.
Express yourself.
Don't talk about your. Dang it.
It's okay.
It's okay. Slow down.
Don't talk about yourself.
Don't talk bad about yourself. Yeah.
Ah.
Let go of the past.
What is
What
it?
was that one?
Let go of the past.
Let go of the past.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Be open to changes.
Be open to changes
Do what is best for yourself.
and do what is best for yourself.
Perfect.
Nice. Those are great.
Gigi, that's beautiful. I'm actually, wow.
Pure poetry.
Pure
Very
poetry.
wise.
Yeah. Hey, that's a lot coming from him. 'Cause
Yes.
I gotta say, I think
Absolutely.
that I
This
think
is a
that you're
wise
kind of a
man.
poet in your own right.
Yeah, he is.
Do you write any poetry?
Not exactly.
No.
I mean, but I have, unless you count haikus.
That's a type of poetry. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. That's definitely
Yeah.
poetry. I mean, you had some really poetic lines in the show.
Absolutely.
I mean, I find it the easiest form of poetry.
The haikus are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I do journaling too.
You do
She
journaling?
does
Yeah.
journaling.
Yeah. No, you had a really great quote in the show that kind of kicked the whole thing off was right at the beginning.
Which
And I
one?
think it
Was it
tied
the
back into you.
dagger?
The dagger.
Yes.
Love is a dagger. A pretty thing that enchants but also hurts.
Ooh.
I know. I think we're getting a little hungry.
Yes, I know.
I get you, brother. We're wrapping up.
Oh, he's getting hangry. Oh no,
Oh,
I'm the one
hangry.
who's gonna get in trouble after
Well,
that.
Connor, one more
I know,
time,
it went a
brother.
little long.
Yeah, we got long.
We had our technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
I know the technical difficulties
Yes.
threw us off, but thanks for working through it. And I hope you got some nice.
We
It's
did.
been great.
It's been amazing.
Especially
And
since you
Connor-
guys and Ben with the routers. Thank you
Yeah.
for bringing the boosters
Connor
out.
again. Thank you.
And please put those back when you're done. When you
Connor
get
will
out
put
of
everything
shifts.
back when we're done.
Yes.
Good, because I can't be expected to do everything.
Yes. No. Come on now, Ben. You gonna take
On
care
it,
of that?
on
You
it.
got that covered, brother? Come
You
on
got
now.
it.
Connor, I once again want to thank you for changing the world, changing the way people see autism, stepping up outside of your comfort zone. I know that's not easy, and I'm just so honored to meet you, and I'm so grateful for your bravery and everything that you've stood up to do to show people just a little glimpse of the amazingness of autism. So thank you for being on the show and putting up with us and the technical difficulties and everything else that went on. Ben, it was a blessing, brother. So good to meet you. And Lise, Franco said, Mom, I need you to meet her. She is like you in the autism world. I'm like, I love it. So I
Sister
love
from
her.
another mother.
Yes. Yes. So thank you guys so much. We're so blessed. We need Connor to get some food. He's getting hangry. We love you guys. And we hope to
love
see you
you.
when we're in Atlanta next. I'll be in Atlanta in April.
we are.
We're coming to Atlanta. So
Okay, email me. We'll
yes,
figure
I
it
would.
out.
Yeah, well, I would love to hook up. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. It was great. Goodbye, Connor. Get some food, brother.
Thanks,
love you.
guys.
Mwah.
Appreciate it.
Everybody is born with a little something extra, and sometimes they just have to find it. A little something extra is that superpower that every single one of us has inside that motivates us and drives our passion and makes us do the things that we do.
We're all on the same team. Let's think about how we can make that team as inclusive as we can.
For those of you listening to our podcast right now, you can also check out our video podcast at alittlesomethingextrapodcast.org.